when I was at school, when we had a yearly play. Every year, there'd be some big yearly shindig, and my mum sent me off to school on the day that we were all getting our roles for the Christmas play, and my mum was like, oh, I wonder what Matt's gonna be. Wonder if he's gonna be I don't know, baby Jesus. It was a bit too big to be baby Jesus, but maybe I could have been baby Jesus. I could have been one of the. I've lost all terminology whatsoever, but one of the people that bring the gifts. One of them, you know. I could have been Mary. No, it was a bit too early on in the lifetime to be Mary. I think if now, but back then it was very split into boys and girls when I was younger. So maybe not Mary, but I could have been baby Jesus, or I could have been the. God, as you can tell, I'm not a religious individual, but I've got the, you know, whatever. Anyway, so I could have been any of these great characters, and I found out that there was, and I was looking through the list of all the. So what you had to do was you had to submit. You had to look through the list of all the different roles, and you have to put your name down for like which one, and then put it into a hat, and then they'd pull out the hat. They pull out the hat of whatever it is you chose to be, right? What's up, coolest? I just joined this chat in the middle of, I could have been baby Jesus. I could have been baby Jesus. Anyway, so I could have been, I wasn't baby Jesus. But anyway, back to my story about how I could have been baby Jesus, right? So, then what I was looking through this list of, you know, baby Jesus, one of the gift givers of like myrrh or whatever it was. Going down, and then I was going down, and I could see that there was tree number 1 and tree number 2, and I was like, tree number 1. So I wrote down my name, and then they pulled out all the people's names, right? And if there was a conflict, you'd have to, if there was any conflict at all, you got put to the side, and then you would have to fill in the role of whatever you want, if there's any at the end. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, ooh, no one's picked tree yet. No, there were no talking lines called this. No talking lines. So I was like, okay, let's hope that there's no, you know. Let's hope that there's no one that wants to be trees. It's a whole play, coolest. It was about an hour long. Anyway, so then I went through the entire list. I got tree number 1. I swapped to get tree number 2 with tree number 1. Because when everyone pulled out their names, I can't remember his name, but he got tree number 2, and I was like, hey, you want to swap? Then I'll be tree number 2, you be tree number 1. No tree had lines, obviously. Like, come on, guys, trees don't fucking speak. But like, you know, so I was like, okay, tree number 2 sounds less important than tree number 1, so I went for tree number 2. And at the end of the day, I got in the car. My mom picked me up from the school. Got back in the car. She went, "Who are you? Am I looking at a potential baby Jesus?" And I was like, "Mm-mm." She was like, "Are you playing God?" I was like, "Are you one of the myrrh guys that gives the gift of myrrh?" And I was like, "She's like, who are you?" I was like, I had to bargain for it. "I'm tree number 2. She was like, and look, she thought I was stupid for picking tree number 2 when she said, when we left the play, which I did an amazing tree, because all I had to do was stand. It was great. I got like an A, because guess what? Trees don't fucking act, you know? So I was just standing at this. You know, I had a costume and everything as well. But the first tree was at the front. I was behind the first tree, right? So the first tree's kind of like here, and I was back here as tree number 2. So everyone was looking at tree number 1. No one looked at tree number 2. I was like this. You know, like this. Couple of like, you know, couple of those, couple of these, you know. Anyway, and then I remember my mum was like, at least you wasn't the grasshopper. There was a grasshopper, guys. Do you look? I'm gonna be completely candid with you guys. I'm not religious whatsoever. I went to a very Christian school when I was younger, but I'm not, you know, I'm not a religious guy. But I know for a fact, even I know for a fact that there is no grasshoppers. There is no grasshoppers in the Bible, man. Like, there's no grasshopper like around the birth of Jesus. Like if Joseph like flicked a bug off of baby Jesus, and it was a fucking grasshopper. All I'm saying is there was no fucking way there was a grasshopper, but we had a grasshopper. So at least I wasn't the grasshopper, I was the tree, you know?